I've always believed that death should be quick, clean, and impersonal. That's how I built my career. High-value targets, zero witnesses, zero noise. So when I was offered 7 figures to eliminate a mid-level arms dealer having coffee on the Upper West Side, I didn't ask questions. I never do. I had a clear line of sight, a clean shot. But the moment I pulled the trigger, a woman stepped out of the coffee shop, right into the path of the bullet. She dropped instantly. Wrong place, wrong time. Nothing personal. It should have been a closed chapter, but it wasn't. I didn't feel good about it, but I don't do feelings. Not in New York. Not in this line of work. It was 2 weeks before the whispers started. Not in my world, no. My contacts were silent. But in the underground, rumors, names being spoken with reverence and fear. One name in particular, Uriel Dashkov. I'd heard the name once before, years ago. He was supposed to be a myth, a ghost story that old contract circles used to swap over bourbon and insomnia. Supposedly a vampire, a real one. Not the club trash who drink blood for aesthetics, but the kind that owns shipping ports, banking institutions, and bloodlines. He was never supposed to be real. Then one night my handler called, voice shaking. He told me she wasn't just anybody. She was the wife of someone powerful, someone old, someone untouchable. I ended the call and burned the phone and went home. My wife and I had a secluded estate in the hills of the Caribbean, private, isolated, surrounded by security. No cameras on the inside though. That was our rule. When you're forced to live in the shadows, you deserve one place where you're untouched by them. The sun was setting when I arrived. The front gate was open. That's the first thing that told me something was wrong. The second was the silence. I found the first guard slumped against the security booth. Throat torn out, eyes wide open. The others weren't any better. One in the garden nearly decapitated. 2 more in the hallway, crushed, twisted like something had folded them in half. But the cameras, untouched. The sensors, never tripped. The alarm, silent. It was like death passed through without making a sound. And the Dobermans, not dead, but not acting right either. I found them lying just outside the bedroom door, alert but still, like they were standing guard, watching the room, protecting what was inside. These were attack dogs, trained, aggressive, loyal. Whatever came through here didn't need to kill them. It simply told them not to move, and they obeyed. I drew my weapon. There was only one place left to check. The bedroom door was closed. There are moments in your life that split time in 2, before and after. Opening that door was mine. She was on the bed, hair brushed, robe folded neatly under her body, hands crossed, like she'd been laid to rest by someone who cared. But her throat had been slit from ear to ear. Deep, surgical. There was no blood. None. The bed was pristine. Her skin was pale but warm. At her feet, her wedding ring, placed on top of the bathrobe. Beside it, a folded piece of thick parchment, written in old-fashioned handwriting. It said, "You took from me that which I loved. Now we are equal." I don't remember falling. I don't remember making a sound. I just sat there, staring. For how long, I don't know. Eventually, I heard something. A soft creak from behind me. The hallway floorboard. The one that always gave when she would walk across it barefoot. But I was alone. I stood and moved slowly to the doorway. The lights flickered and I saw him. Just for a second, down the hallway, watching. Tall, perfectly still. Pale skin beneath a dark suit. No shadow cast behind him. Eyes that didn't shine but drank the light. And then he was gone. Like he'd never been there. I spent the rest of the night checking every entry point, every angle, looking for where he came in. There was nothing. Not even a disturbed grain of dust. And I knew why. He didn't break in. He was invited. By fate. By grief. By some rule older than I can comprehend. He didn't scream. He didn't mutilate. He didn't torture. Because that would have made him a monster. And Uriel Dashkov is not a monster. He's a man who obeys rules written before the empires fell. An eye for an eye. A wife for a wife. And now I understand something horrifying. He didn't kill her to hurt me. He did it to balance the scale. Which means the game isn't over yet. Not yet. I don't know what happens next. I only know that the man who took her from me walks this earth with rules he thinks I will honor. But I am not him. And I'm going to show him what balance feels like when you tip the scales until they break.